Hello and welcome to episode 3 of this new Manor Lords Early Access Let's Play series. We had a pretty good episode 2. We started building our level 2 burgage plots. We're working our way up to this next upgrade to a medium village here. And we also had the threat of attack from some bandits. Well, we're going to see how much we can prepare for that. They do have a bandit camp over there. There is Hildebolt's army coming in here. I wonder if we can actually get our troops organized and take this bandit camp before Hildebolt does and take the resources for ourselves. So let's see if we can rally these troops here. Obviously, we don't really want to lose many troops. So if we can take this... I don't want these guys to run, ideally, because we don't want them fatigued. But if we can take this before Hildebolt does, that is some nice income and some resources for us. And unfortunately, I think this is a massive hill. So let's just take this out in the open. And we've just upgraded this to level 2 burgage plot as well. So we do have an additional point here, and now that the combat is started, I think we're going to have to move down into basic armor making. So I think we will take some of these as well, because food might be an issue for us at some point. But I think basic armor making for now is going to be good. We can start using our level 2 plots to turn into a blacksmith, or whatever it's called. What is it actually? Yeah, blacksmith workshop, and we can start creating some weapons for our troops. And most importantly, some armor as well. So we can make some helmets as well. I think that's going to be quite useful and quite important for us. And let's just get some additional family space here as well. I think probably use another house as well. Well, that's upgrading it. Did I want to do that? Well, it's upgraded now. Let's just upgrade it. And we are getting some regional wealth in from taxes now that we have some level 2s. And we can start building... I think I'll build this one out, actually, into a really big veggie garden. And some of these... We can make some smaller ones without massive gardens if we want those to be, you know, the blacksmith's workshop, for example. We're probably going to want to make, I think, a cobbler's shop, definitely, to meet the new requirements. A blacksmith's workshop, for sure. And actually, I'd really like to build some crossbows as well, because we've got a good amount of trees and things here for us to use. And I think they probably sell quite well if we want to start trading as well. So we've got nothing in this workshop here, actually. So I'm going to demolish that. And someone can pick up those supplies. We do have berries growing again now that March has kicked in. So I can look at having a family moving over to there. I'm going to wait until that goes up a little bit. We've got lots of planks. Could probably use a bit more fuel. So we'll get someone on that. That wild animal deposit's really low. I'm going to take that off completely. I'm a bit concerned on the food side, if I'm honest. But I think we're going to be okay here. And let's see if we can take our first bit of combat here. So we don't want our retinue to have any issues. So we've got these bandits coming in here. Obviously, we want to get over the river. Come on, guys, regroup. And they're going to be coming towards us because of Hildebolt's army slowly coming in. And this isn't the Raiders party, by the way. That is something else. So actually, given that we are going to want to be building out some military units, I think we want a mining pit. Just plonk that right on top. And let's build that as a top priority. I mean, food is definitely still a concern, isn't it, really? But basic armor making is what we're going to go for. And as soon as we get, you know, these into some veggie plots, we utilize the berries a little bit more, and both wild animal deposits. I think we're in good stead actually. I'm probably going to take this guy off just to let them rejuvenate a little bit. I'm a bit worried when they get so low like that, especially when the reserve is 9. I'm going to put the reserve up to 12, but we've got nobody on those at the moment. Let's get organized here. So we've got our 20 spearmen here, all in a line. They're all ready. I would actually, I don't know if we want them that thin. I think a line of 2 is probably better. And then maybe we can have our retinue coming in here flanking. Don't know why they go out and back in there, but okay, here we go. So they're coming over towards our retinue. I think we're going to want these guys to come in. Oh, they look a little bit distracted now. I kind of just want them to hold, actually. I don't know what is going on with these formations. But everyone's just everywhere at this point. This is chaos. But we do seem to have flanked them around the back, which is good. There's some fierce fighting over here. I really don't want to lose too many troops here to these bandits. They're already down to our retinue. We've lost one of our retinue, which is not good. I'm going to have retinue stand their ground, so they're a bit more defensive. And let's have these guys to push forward. So they're already at 13, 12. Yeah, we've got significant man advantage here now. 10. Have retinue pull back. And they're gone. There we go. So what we want to do is definitely take and secure this bandit camp. And unfortunately, we lost 2 of our retinue, which is a shame because they are very valuable. But we didn't lose anyone else. So we can take solace in that. I think there is, since the update, I do feel like there is something odd with the formations and how we're doing that. And we get to decide now how we want to use this. So we can actually disband our retinue for now. And I think I'm going to put this in my treasury for now. So we have 189 in our treasury, which is great because if we want to actually start upgrading our retinue, we can start using some of that treasury money. So we can buy back those 2 that we had, that we lost, or we can upgrade. Or we can start recruiting some mercs. And I think that is probably what I'm going to do for this bandit attack. I will recruit some mercenaries. So we're not using too many of our own troops. Or any of our own troops, ideally, to be honest. How are these berries doing? They're slowly, hopefully growing back soon. Okay, we have policies available as well, which is interesting because we're not going to be doing any farming in this region. So hunting grounds is an excellent policy because they're going to be breeding twice as fast. And if we're not farming, that's a huge bonus to us. So we're going to be getting these animals coming back a lot quicker. We've got this mining pit ready. Maybe worth us building a smaller storehouse just here, just so it's a little bit closer. And in terms of logging, we've got a lot. I think I'll take this off. I'm going to let the wild animals sort of rejuvenate a little bit. I really want these berries to start growing so we can just put one person on them and get some income from berries. Right now we only have 40. And at some point, obviously, we want to use our influence to claim a new region. And I will absolutely, as soon as we get 1,000 influence... Oh, okay. They are going for those brigands over there. I didn't even see that camp. So I'm not going to get involved with Hildebolt's armies just yet. I'll leave them to their own devices. I think once a new month ticks over, this will tick into maybe 32 or something. We can start putting some people on berries. Generic storage is full. I do not believe you. But we had a good, successful battle. I'm happy with that. I mean, we definitely... Shame that we lost some men. But I'm still okay with that. I'm actually not going to take any taxes for a bit. I want this regional wealth to build up a bit more. And again, we don't have any space. We need to expand that living space. I could upgrade more of these. I mean, the more we upgrade, the more we can tax and get that regional wealth into our treasury. But that will start building out the regional wealth. I think that's probably really worth it. But we absolutely need more houses. That's undeniable. So let's build some more along here. I think 2 is nice. Make that highest or second highest. Make that the highest priority. And we've got berries coming back. That is looking good. So let's definitely have someone on there. How are we doing for fuel? I think 9 months, that's fine. Let's get 2 people on berries then. And that's at 17. I think I'll take... Where have we got people? Forester's Hut, I think I'll give that a slight pause just for that hunting camp. Just a bit worried that our food is diminishing quite quickly. And obviously, I think that is the spoilage rate coming into effect. It doesn't feel aggressive, but it feels like you really have to think a bit more about the food that you're getting. So we are being saved a little bit now that we have these veggies coming in, which have low spoilage rate, which is really good actually. All of this has low spoilage rate, which I quite like. So all your sort of staple foods have low spoilage rate. So, interestingly enough, he is going to be claiming Waldbrand. I don't have any army really right now, so I'm not even going to contest that. We need this regional wealth to be coming in. Otherwise, we are not going to be able to build out any... We're not going to be able to build out these gardens. We need blacksmiths. We need a tailor. I can't remember what it's called. Cobbler's workshop. That's the one. And I think actually, I will take someone off the tannery because there's nothing there right now. And have as many people on upgrades as I can, I think. But we need people on food as well. Yeah, let's just try and get as many of these housing upgrades and things as possible. I'm not going to contest this. It's a shame to lose it, but actually I'm going to go for Svial next. And then I think we can start contesting thereafter. Those guys are walking off. So here we now have 15 regional wealth. What's more important to us at this point? Do we go for an extra garden? Do we go for an armorer's workshop so we can start making helmets? Do we go for a tailor's? I think we're going to have to go for a cobbler's. I mean, that's only 5. And what I really wanted was more veggie garden. So I think I'm going to build that there. And actually building some smaller houses would probably be more useful. But let's leave these for now. Let's get all of those upgraded first. And then these, maybe just a small house here. Or a couple of small houses. They can be... I'm actually going to pause both of these long ones. And we can have those as slightly higher priorities. So I'm actually going to switch up. Got 2 people on that storehouse. I'm going to put someone in that one so we can start moving this into there as well. Got 2 people on berries. So we've got a good amount of food now. Definitely a lot better. I think I'll take 1 person off of this berries and put them onto this hunting camp. So we have a good split. I think tannery's fine as it is for now. This weather's not good, is it? Raining constantly. I just want a lot of these houses upgraded. And actually, we want to take this oxen off there. And just upgrade that whenever possible. It's difficult when you just have so many things to upgrade at once. Or houses to build, you know. I mean, these upgrades should definitely be higher. Those are paused. Right, nice. That's fully upgraded, so we can get that into a veggie plot. And we have 2 families living there, so that's good for us. We've got 300 days still to prepare. So I think... yeah, 2 people on the granary I think is still good. Probably going to want to upgrade it at some point, but that is 500. I think let's get another person on there now that that's at full capacity. And food is definitely good. Fuel is the other one, really. A lot of our timber is over the other side. But I think this is good. We need more space for people who then want to move in. I want one of these small houses built, and that's going to become my cobbler's workshop. But you need someone to move in there first. That's the thing. Because this real estate is going to be for vegetables, I think. These long houses. I wonder if you can reassign to a different workplace. Yeah. So that's only a workplace. But although if maybe I change it to a cobbler's workshop, but I'll wait till someone moves in there. I think that's probably going to run out of storage soon. Yeah, ordering a new ox would probably be useful. But I think we're probably going to want to focus on those workshops and things first. But all of these houses, I think, are fully... Can't have more people moving in there. So they're going to have to move into one of these others, which is good. And I don't know why, but I like just making sure I have pathways through. I want to do something. And probably... You have quite a bit of iron ore, but I am going to want to start turning that into proper goods. So it's a bit of a process. So we need to turn that into iron slabs first. So I think having that just down there is probably a good shout. And just keep increasing our population as much as possible. We've got 20 people here. I've got more actually. But I'm absolutely going to be hiring some mercenaries to take care of this bandit issue that we have incoming. Might even take 2 groups of bandits or 2 groups of mercenaries and just keep them. Maybe there are no more bandit camps currently, but we really don't want Hildebolt to be taking any more ground from us. So let's get 5%. Oh, is that not working? Okay, 5% tithe, because we're doing pretty well on food. And land tax. Let's just take 10% as a nice passive. So even with 2 people on this berry storage, it's still maxed. I think actually we might need another person on the granary really to get all of that out quick enough. Yeah, I'm going to take someone off this and get someone on the bloomery then. And okay, we're not making any planks. We do have some fuel coming in. I think we're good for now. We have 279 days until the attack. So I don't think I need to prepare too much. I'm going to use a lot of mercs to help me out there. And we're losing approval, obviously, because we don't have a lot of these. We need more fuel supply to be distributed. So I think that really helps, just having more people in storehouses to distribute that. Because I don't really want people in these... Let them focus on doing work. And let the people in the storehouse and the granary do the distribution. So we're not currently building anything. So I think actually having another person on the storehouse is probably fine. Ooh. Yeah, those are paused for now. So that's fine. Unassigned families, yeah. They're paused anyway, so I don't want to be building them yet. And we have a new family moving in. Where did they move? Oh, they moved in here. Excellent. And we're going to have to upgrade that to level 2 when possible. So as soon as they hit that second type of food, we can upgrade that. I think actually getting blacksmiths would be good now that we're getting these iron slabs going. But we also have a lot of hides that we can use for boots and things. Although boots aren't actually going to help our armies necessarily, because if you look at the screen, what they need are helmets, gambesons, or armor. So we want tailors rather than cobblers, most likely. And to meet the level 2 clothing requirement, you need clothes, cloaks, or shoes. Gambesons do not count towards that. But let's at least get that upgraded. I mean, weapons is the most important thing, I think, that we want to make sure that we have available. Is this still full? Yeah, it's pretty full. I think I'll probably go for cobblers. I think that's one of the requirements we're really missing to keep a lot of people happy in terms of the core requirements. Well, these are also core requirements. Well, let's see. The bandit attack nears. We're doing fine for berries. We've got loads of food supply. I think I might go for, in terms of development points, I might go for the charcoal kiln next to help with the firewood situation. And lots of iron slabs. So this is now Burgess level 2 plot. So the options are, do we start making gambesons, which I think we need linen or something for, so which we don't have. Cobblers for shoes, that's an easy requirement. Or do we start making weapons? I think we seriously lack weapons. And obviously a joiner's workshop would help with regards to shields. But we could make polearm units, for example. I think for the interim, because we're probably going to use bandits, mercenaries, I think a cobbler's workshop is good because we've got a lot of leather to work with. And once we have a bit more of iron slabs, we'll go for a blacksmith's workshop. And that needs to get upgraded first anyway. So I think we're good. I think we're in a good spot. We've got lots of iron slabs being produced, iron ore. We've got loads of steel. That's going to last forever. In terms of other resources, obviously we've got so much stone we're not currently using. Let's definitely upgrade that. And we can probably unpause these. But yep, so a cobbler's workshop, you can see now we have this new screen, so we can set a production limit. But we're not, I don't think so. I don't think we need to yet. I think this is a good spot. Do we have any more bandit camps on the map? No more trouble. But we do want to be ready if Hildebolt starts claiming another region. That's the other thing. And in terms of upgrading the church, we need roof tiles. So for that, we're going to need some clay, which is quite an easy one. You can just whack that on top. Just set a little road going across here. And obviously for level 3, we also need roof tiles. So it's good to have that as kind of slow passive income, I think. Could go for another vegetable garden. Fuel is quite slow at the moment. I think I'm going to take someone off this hunting camp. Put them on this logging camp. We have more burgage plots available, which is great. Want to make sure we always have enough capacity. So that's good. I think we may as well go for, if we can afford it. Maybe helmets is also good, actually. I think let's go for helmets as an additional for our... Because these guys have weapons, or some of them have weapons, and if we can get helmets for them, that's a big bonus. So obviously this second clothing requirement is also met, which is excellent. Let's see if we can get these roof tiles coming in soon as well. We've got a good amount of level 2 plots now. Just one more house. And there we go. We have got another development point at our disposal. I don't think we're ready for armor yet. And actually, we're doing all right on the food side. So I think charcoal kiln is probably the good option for us here. And keep in mind that you currently get 6 development points available. So if I go charcoal kiln, that's 3. Then maybe 4, 5, 6, if you want to go that far. Advanced armor making, I think, is a definite. So I think I'll definitely take these 3. It depends how long this game runs on for, but I think, well, definitely those 2. And we'll see how we do for the rest. Maybe some trading for trade routes is also very good. But I don't think we're at the point of trading just yet. So I think charcoal kiln is probably the most effective option for us here. And now that those iron slabs are being used, so you can see in the Armorer's Workshop, we've got an advanced tab. They're just making helmets at this point. So there might be a point where it gets to where we think, oh, actually, we have a massive production. We want to set a limit of make sure you only have, let's say, 50. I think at the moment, I'm just going to set this to 50, actually. Because you don't need any more than that. And we won't set a reserve in there. But could definitely do with, obviously, because we've got these artisans now, that's people that can't be working. So I think we always want people moving in. That's definitely the thing. And as specialized as possible. We don't have salt, so Butcher's Workshop isn't going to work for us. We already have a Cobbler's and we already have Armorer's Workshop. I think the next thing for me is Blacksmith's Workshop and a Joiner's Workshop. Brewery is just a bit out of reach for us at the moment. And ideally, I think ideally we take Immenroith and turn that into a farming region. But it probably depends a little bit on what the Baron's doing. I would love to take this and start getting some fish. That would be optimal in terms of what I want. But in terms of what the game needs, I think we're probably going to have to go towards Immenroith. But getting our army in good shape is probably the most key thing here. And so we've got some helmets coming through. But I definitely want to enable weapon production as well. So if we're really good for food, I might just not bother with turning these into veggie gardens because we do have other options for those down here as well. How much timber do we have? I think maybe we turn... What do we need for this? 4 planks. Let's turn 1 more into a veggie garden. These are a bit wider, aren't they, though? We didn't have anyone living there yet. Whereas here we have 2 families. Let's turn that into a veggie garden. And I think if we can start making more weapons and shields, that's going to be the best for us. It does mean more artisans though, so I think expanding living spaces is really a priority. But we're quite spread quite thin, I think, at the moment. Getting more people in would be ideal. Oh, we've got a new bandit camp, which is not a million miles away, but that's going to be important for us to take in terms of gaining influence. So I think we should probably go for that. And of course, Hildebolt is going to go for that as well. So I'm going to do the same thing here. If we spend 100 on 2 retinue, that's probably... Right, let's rally our boys. Oh, we need a minimum of 5 to... So let's rally these guys. We want both of these. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have them sit on the edge of this territory and wait for Hildebolt's guys to go in. And then we'll see if we can take that bandit camp. But this is already quite a long episode, so I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for joining. We're getting into the combat side quite a bit, actually, early on, while we take this bandit camp. And really, to see if Hildebolt is going to react. We obviously want to survive this early raiders attack as we start trying to build out the rest of our town, get it upgraded. We want this church to the next level once we can have enough people to go onto this mining camp to get some clay. And yeah, I think just generally expanding and making sure we've got enough to start building out an army so that we can start taking the fight to Hildebolt. Because if we do want to try and reclaim his region, we're going to have quite a lot of influence to then do that. So I think stopping him expanding any further is going to be super important and making sure we're ready. So yeah, thank you so much for joining in this episode. The next episode will be out very soon, so do subscribe and keep that in mind, and I hope to see you in the next one.